Welcome to the next edition of Hindustan Times Tech Portal, and today we are going to review the Google Pixel XL. Please share and ask questions and watch the live. We'll be taking questions throughout the show, so today we're going to decide if the Google Pixel XL or the iPhone 7 Plus is worth buying. Starting with the Pixel has got a really cool Google Assistant. It's got a great battery. It's coming up with Android Nougat Special Edition, which is only available to the Pixel XL. The Pixel XL is for pre-order from October 13th. We've still not decided when you'll get it. Maybe you'll get it after Diwali. But the phone has a new launcher, a 5-display system, which gives you notification, a cool app drawer. We'll be talking about each of these features more. Giving you a rundown of the specs. The Google Pixel comes with Android Nougat, a 5.5 inch with the XL, a 5 inch with only the Pixel. There is a Qualcomm Snapdragon 821 processor, there's a 4GB RAM, and on the Pixel XL there's a 3450 mAh battery, and on the XL is a 2770 mAh battery. We'll be talking more about each of these features. There is 4K HD recording on both the things. Although there is no optical image stabilization, there is gyroscopic video stabilization on both the phones. We have tried it out. It's really good. Also, share, ask us questions about the Pixel XL. So let's start with the Google Assistant that's there, which is something really exciting. And Google claims that it's going to be better and much bigger than Cortana or Siri. So let's Google Assistant actually takes in any question that you have and can finish a range of tasks, right from sending a message, booking a table in a restaurant, taking your girlfriend out for a dinner, booking your flight tickets, noting down assignments. It's way really more powerful than Cortana or Siri in that way. We'll try it out in some time. Let's talk about the camera a little more. The camera seems to have a lot more contrast than the iPhone 7 or the iPhone 7 Plus. Although there are no dual cameras in the Pixel XL, it still has those lens blur effects. Also, something really interesting is the Force Touch effect that Pixel has brought in with the Nougat. So if you force touch on apps like, the call button, or the messenger, or the maps, you'll get all those options that you would get in a force touch right from 6S, which Apple started off with the 6S. The design of the phone is really good, but one thing to worry about is that the phone is not waterproof, so you'll have to be a little careful. That's why it's a little less price than the iPhone, which starts at 32GB 60,000. Well, this one starts at 57,000. The Pixel XL is starts at 67,000 rupees. So there are two versions available in India right now, 32 and 128. We still don't know the shipping date. We'll take in more questions. We'll start comparing it with the OnePlus. When will the Pixel be launched in India and what price it will be? It's available for pre-order. It's not the date of the final release is not finalized. It will be available at a starting price of 57,000 rupees. Talking about the Force Touch right now, if you touch the camera button, then you'll see a range of options. If you touch the Maps button, you'll see a range of options. If you touch the Call button, you'll see a range of options. Also, you'll see that there's a smart Google launcher right at the top instead of that bar out there, which is really smart. You can just one tap it and the Google searches come in. Also, you'll see that the app drawer is really smart. There's a small arrow out there out of those buttons, and if you pull that up, the apps come in, and obviously it learns from the app drawer ecosystem that Android has already brought in. But remember this, all these features are exclusive only to the Pixel right now and will be available with any of the Nougat phones that will be available in the market. Also, the performance on the phone, as we tested out, because we have been testing the phone for only one day, is that it's fairly good and it's fairly balanced. But we tried playing games on it. We've tried playing running a couple of applications on it. It does really slows down some time. There's a little bit of lag. That's probably because the phone is we've just opened up the phone. Probably it will be better once we progress. Somebody is asking, Sumit Raja is asking, one big difference between the iPhone 7 and the Pixel. Well, the iPhone 7 is much smaller in size compared to the Pixel XL. If you compare to the Pixel, it's nearly the same, but the battery on the iPhone 7 is a little smaller than the Pixel. So the biggest difference that you could put is that it's waterproof and that is not waterproof. There is OIS on the iPhone 7, there is no OIS on the Pixel 7. It can take great photos, but there is no portrait mode on the iPhone 7, which is only present in the iPhone 7 Plus, which is dual cameras. Please like, share, and obviously ask us questions. We're going to take this forward. Coming to a direct head-to-head comparison with the performance of the device, the Pixel XL, the Pixel and the iPhone 7 and the iPhone 7 Plus, is that we feel right now that the iPhone 7 and the iPhone 7 Plus is much faster and much more better, in spite of the Pixel and the Pixel XL having the 821 Snapdragon processor, which is the latest out there in the market. We've done some tests, benchmarking tests, and we have seen that the OnePlus and the Samsung S7 Edge have far higher numbers in terms of benchmarks than the Pixel. Obviously, it's a little lower priced than the Samsung S7 Edge and the iPhone 7, but yeah, the main point is that the OnePlus actually topples it over. So that's going to be a point of concern for the Pixel to look out for. We'll keep on trying out the phone and see how the performance increases or decreases. We also felt sort of initial heating up of the phone, but it has rather cooled down really quickly. Also, when it runs heavy games and you're switching between, there's obviously a noticeable lag. Today we are reviewing the Google Pixel, and please, if you're watching this for the first time, then please ask us questions, please talk to us. Another interesting aspect about the Pixel is that Google is giving all its consumers unlimited storage in original recording on Google Photos. So you can shoot 4K videos, you can shoot high definition and ultra high definition pictures, and it saves lightning fast on the Pixel. It's very fast. It just goes to the cloud. Obviously, this is a move by Google to study as much data as possible. We've done also the lens blurring effect with the cameras of the Pixel, and it's a post-production effect on the Pixel wherein you have to move your focus, and you can do it after you click a picture, which is much more different than the iPhone 7 Plus's portrait mode. Also, the portrait mode takes amazing pictures, which is currently unavailable with the Pixel. You might want to use some third-party apps which would be able to do it. Somebody is asking us, what is it about that Nougat? Well, Nougat is the latest operating system from Android, and this basic version of Nougat has the Google Assistant, which is only exclusive to the Pixel, so you can get to play around with it. In fact, the Google Assistant is so intelligent. If you tell it that you want to get a ticket booked for Bombay or Delhi, it'll give you in dollar prices all the tickets that are available, and it'll tell you which is the shortest flight path that it has to take. So why don't we test the Google Assistant right now? So I'm going to talk to it. I'm going to ask it if it can book a flight for me. So let's talk to the Google Assistant right now. If you could open up the Assistant, please. Okay, Google.
Hi, how can I help?
Could you book me a flight ticket to Bombay?
One-way flights from New Delhi to Mumbai leaving November 8th start at $55. The shortest flight is about 2 hours long.
That's what the Assistant can do. That's the part of the Assistant which Siri and Cortana doesn't have. That's basically that you don't have to skip any apps. You basically are at one screen. It can do phone calls. It can do everything right on one screen, and there's seamless app integration onto the Google Pixel. Somebody is also asking us, please review the Google Assistant, which is what we just did. Nilesh Gokhale is asking about fast charging. Well, there is fast charging on the Google Pixel. Nothing to worry about, which comes with same amount of reaction time as the iPhone 7. Thulika Patram is, can we use the camera at the same? Can we use camera same time iPhone 7? I particularly didn't understand the question, but if you're asking about the comparison about the Pixel and the camera of the iPhone 7, I would still say that the iPhone 7 camera is a little better in terms of reaction time, faster focus. The Pixel focus is a little slow, but although it has much higher contrast, the Pixel gyroscopic video stabilization also sort of manages for the top and the bottom jerks, but it doesn't sort of manage for the left and right jerks. There's still jerks, but we have done it at a very fast pace. We would like to give it another try. Chintan Bhayani is asking what would be the pricing of the Google Pixel in India. Well, we've discussed that, Chintan. It's going to be 57,000 rupees at starting 32 GB Pixel. That's going to come at a much later date, which Google has not revealed. But you can go ahead and pre-order the phone at Google websites and e-commerce sites. Arvind Demnar is asking, compare it with the Huawei P9. That's a very good question, Arvind. The Huawei P9 actually scores much higher than the Pixel camera. It has OIS, it's got lighter lenses. It's a much real-life camera of the Huawei P9. It can take much better photographs. But one thing about the Huawei P9 is that the Huawei P9 camera has a lot slower focus than the Pixel or the Pixel XL, and much slower in comparison to the iPhone and the iPhone 7 Plus. Would you recommend an iPhone 7 or a Pixel, and why? Well, if you're somebody who uses Apple, which is what we have been keep telling people all the time, you should go for an Apple. But if you're already sort of burdened with the Note 7 fiasco, not knowing what to do, this is probably the best phone out there right there in the market. If you have the money for it, that's it. Because the assistant is going to sort of steal, is going to sort of sweep you away. Sachin Kumar is asking how much RAM and what is the OS. The RAM on this is 4 GB and the OS is Android Nougat, which is the latest 7.1.1 build. If you're watching this for the first time, we are reviewing the Google Pixel Live. We're talking about it. We have used the phone for 1.5 days now. We're really excited by it. Please watch, please share, and please ask us questions. Talking more about the design of the phone. If you look at the design of the phone, there's not much of a difference between the design of the iPhone 7 or the Google Pixel right from the front end, except for that circular taptic touch button. That circular taptic touch button in terms of the fingerprint sensor is on the back of the phone. Well, it's normally seen that if you have a front button, it's much more easier to use for me. Although we have seen most of the high-end premium smartphones that comes from Android stable have fingerprint sensor at the back. We've not tried it with water or with water in our hands. We are yet to try that out. We'll tell that you in our final review. Also, the flash or the HDR plus mode on the camera is really good. You can have great photographs in auto HDR plus mode with auto flash, and the camera is excellent to give you those point and shoot field photographs with great colors. Talking about the battery backup, the battery initially was really good, but once we started using the phone more, it sort of declined. Really, as we mentioned before, there was thermal heating because of the using of the phone. Ritesh Khandalwal is asking, so don't we need any app at all because of the assistant feature? Actually, you will be needing those apps. They're in the back end. But what Google Assistant will do for you is that you do not have to switch between those apps. You're just at the Google Assistant. It draws back everything to the front end. It combines seamlessly all the platforms and gets the job done. Denny Epam is saying, what about the... I'm sorry, I can't get that, Denny. I'll come back to that.
What about the look? Which one is better, iPhone 7?
Oh well, if you're asking about the look, Denny, the iPhone 7 is a heart stealer. Like, any given day, the iPhone 7 will take your heart away with the matte black or the jet black. But what is to be noteworthy is that the Pixel is much lighter and much easier to use. You'll feel the weight difference if you hold the iPhone 7 Plus and the Pixel XL in your hands. Rohit Sakya is asking, which is the best in office working space use? Well, Rohit, if in your office you're using a Windows ecosystem, then obviously the Pixel is much easier to use. But if you're using a Mac, we recommend the iPhone 7 Plus, although that will set you back by a little more. This is Hindustan Times reviewing the Google Pixel XL. Please share, please watch, ask us more questions. We'll be ready to take them. Another important aspect about the Pixel is that the Pixel really sets the design factor for all Androids. Basically, you'll see all Android phone now coming with capacitive touch buttons and no hardware touch buttons at the bottom end of the screen, which is just the company says it's been there to making holding the phone for longer periods easier. Sridharan is asking, is many modes available inside the camera. Well, there are those basic stock Android modes that were available and were added to Nougat. You'll get panorama, you'll get 360-degree videos, you'll get macro, you'll get selfies, you'll get burst mode. So Manpreet Singh is asking, does it have wireless charger or wireless headphones? No, it doesn't. The Pixel XL retains back the 3.5mm headphone jack, which the Apple does not, but it has a Type-C charger, same like the Lightning port in iPhone 7, although you cannot plug in both in each other, so that's unique to each other. So obviously the Pixel comes with that new Type-C. You can plug in the chargers. What all colors is it available in? Well, it's available in silver, very silver. The blue color is not going to be available in India, and it's going to have a very dark color which is going to come. So here we are today reviewing which is a better phone, the iPhone 7 or the Pixel. Well, we keep saying that if you are an iPhone user, you should stick with the Apple ecosystem. If you're an Android user and you would like to stick back to Android, then Pixel probably is the best phone out there in the market. Obviously, you can compare it to the LG G5 and the recently released HTC M10, which has also got a price drop. If you check it out, then you'll find out that the Google Assistant is the only exclusive thing that the Pixel has, with some Nougat features which are not there out there in the market. Akanksha is asking, is the phone touch better than the iPhone? Well, there has never been a problem with the Nexus series of line of touches, and both the touches work seamlessly and fine. There's no problem with the display. You can press the same buttons and do the same things now with the Pixel. Somebody is asking us what extra activities Google Assistant can do in comparison to Siri on iPhone. Well, Google Assistant is much more customized to India. It understands Indian accents much better than the Siri. Siri is still to do a lot of partnerships with Indian apps. Well, Google has already done it. So you will feel that the assistant can do more on your phone rather than Siri. Mohammed is asking, talk about the integrated VR. Well, the integrated VR is not yet shipped to India. Google has not confirmed any plans of getting the Daydream VR in India yet. Also, there has been no news about the 4K Chromecast that has been launched, not the Google Wi-Fi, not any of its products. Right now, all we know is that you can pre-order this phone from 13th of October and you will get it once it launches. Google has not confirmed the date with us. So if you're watching this new, we are reviewing the Google Pixel with and comparing it with the iPhone 7. So ask us questions. Well, something which is really interesting is, I don't know, many people would have asked us that why not buy the OnePlus 3? Well, the OnePlus 3 has a 6 GB RAM, and in terms of benchmark specifications, it's much higher than the Pixel. Although again, the catch being that the Google Assistant is not there, and there is no unlimited storage space, including 4K videos and ultra high definition pictures in Google Photos, and that transfer happens real time if you're on a good connection. Well, comparing Pixel's camera directly with the iPhone 7 Plus, again that has a dual camera, but you shell out a lot more for it. What does the dual camera do? Allows much more light to come in, allows better pictures. Which one is best camera and gaming? Yash asks us. Well, in terms of the performance still that we have seen right now, I think the iPhone 7 is much better at gaming because of the taptic touch. You can get much more better games and feel the bullet shots that you're actually taking with a few games. The performance seems to be a little better on the iPhone 7 and as well as the battery backup than the Pixel. In terms of the camera, again, the 7 Plus trumps everything. So, I mean, if you have the money, you should definitely go for the 7 Plus. But again, in terms of camera, again, the Samsung S7 Edge still stands out in the market. It was unlucky that we never got to see the Note 7 come out in the market. Is it worth the heavy price tag? Well, that's an interesting question. I think what Google has been trying to do is reinforce its hardware business. I don't think that the price tag is justified. It should have been a lot lower, especially in a market where it has to sort of compete with a snobbish iPhone 7. And if Google had the sort of plan to read as much of data of users as possible to make its Google Assistant better, then they should have priced it at much lesser, and they should have also made clear plans of bringing the Daydream VR in India in. Well, we'll find out a little more about that we'll talk a little more about it when we give our final review. Today we are reviewing the Pixel XL. and we're comparing it with the
So a
iPhone.
lot of people are asking, is there a fast charger bundled with the...
There is no fast charger bundled with the Pixel XL. You'll have to get one yourself, not out of the box. All you get out of the box is the charger, the headphone cable, and obviously the phone itself along with the boxes. So that's about more about the Pixel packaging. Hopefully you'll ask us more questions. Right now it's all that we have for the Pixel right now. Somebody's asking us why should I purchase the one answer in one word. What should you purchase, Ayan, if you have?
Why should I purchase Pixel?
Why should you purchase the Pixel? Simply because it has the Google Assistant. As simple as that. That is what it makes for the money. So, but if you are a person who's looking for a good camera, you should go with the iPhone 7 Plus. That's it from our end. We'll meet next time for the final review of the Pixel, and we'll go head to head with the Pixel XL and the iPhone 7 Plus. Till then, next time, keep asking us more questions. We'll be happy to interact, and we will give you all your answers. Which phone do you want to buy? What's your budget? Keep on asking us questions. We like to engage. That's it from our end. Till the next edition of the Hindustan Times Tech Portal.